Hay personas que están destinadas completamente a ser estrellas. Una de ellas fue Millie Bobby Brown, que de esta forma es recordada por uno de los camarógrafos principales de Stranger Things, que habla un poco de cómo era el ambiente a la hora de grabar esta serie totalmente exitosa de Netflix.
We now return to Mira Akian and Contre with our latest interview.
On Stranger Things season 1, I had the most influence that I've ever had in my career.
Wow.
On
Yeah.
the show, because the Duffer Brothers were new, and the DP and I were on the same page. With, I was on his page. When he called me, he told me what he wanted to do, and I was completely on board with that. But the key here is that he stayed consistent. On Stranger Things season 1, the concept of what was brought to me in the very beginning and the level of inclusion that I had from my bosses, the Duffers and Tim Ives, the DP, was the best that I had ever had.
Yeah.
And I really I'm proud of what that season is. Season 2, the brothers had more experience. They didn't allow as much input. Some, but not as much.
Yeah. And for season 3?
Yeah, no, not too much at all.
Yeah.
The Demogorgon! We're in deep shit. Now we have to go.
The first season, they were just really young kids. And they were all wonderful, very sweet. And they were sweet season 2 and, season 3. I think season 1 was difficult because it was really hard to get them to focus, especially when they were all together.
Yeah.
And sometimes I just had to be like, guys, I need you to help me here. I need you to stand still for a second. And they would, but you'd have to constantly remind them,
Yeah.
And then, as the seasons went on, they became more experienced, and you would have to work with them less. They knew what to do. They knew to hit the mark. They knew how to stand up out of a chair instead of jumping out of the chair,
Yeah. And who would you say that was the fastest to catch up?
Millie. Shooting with Millie is so easy because you just point the camera at her and she's going to give you something amazing every time.
Yeah,
Every time.
Yeah.
So easy.
Did you guys hear that? That's not Will.
She is a genius. I honestly, I'm in awe of. She's when you meet her, when I met her when she was 10 years old, I was like, I can't believe she's 10 years old. This girl is just beyond her years. And she's so kind. She really is. And so sweet. But she can turn it on like that. She could be goofing around and joking with you. And when they say action, she's in character. Not everyone can do that. A lot of the method, and they have to stay in character. But she's really amazing. Finn expressed a lot of interest with us as a camera team. He wanted to know lenses. He wanted to know why we picked certain lenses. And he told us he wanted to be a director. He wants to be an actor, but he also wants to be a director. So he showed interest in what we were doing. Caleb did too.
But this whole time I've been looking for Will. I've been chasing after something else.
I think Gaten, he's a real prankster. He's a real, I think of all of them, he's really a true comedian. He's got amazing comedic timing. And he could be just a comedian, if he wanted to be.
Yeah.
He's good at that.
Which is why we need as much help as we can get.
Yeah. How was seeing the show grow up on that?
It became a very, very big visual effects show. So it started out being small and they didn't have a budget for it. but I think the Duffer Brothers are enamored with visual effects, and it got bigger and bigger. And I think it's even bigger in season 4.